Starting a Christian high school is an extraordinarily challenging endeavor. And in that first year, we opened the doors with a whopping 20 students as freshmen and sophomores. Our goal was to grow by one grade each year, but we came back for year two and we didn't have enough juniors to have a class. So year two were freshmen and sophomores again, but we had twice as many students. We had 40 or so. But we then added a grade per year, and the school grew from that point. Once we came here, my vision was that we would build this campus out as we have done to a significant degree, and hopefully we'll do more. And my vision was to see the day when we would have 500 rock-solid, committed kids getting their high school education here. That is within grasp. I very much look forward to the day when we will see a performing arts worship center on this campus. That's been something that some of us have wanted to see for a long time, and maybe that will happen too. We are a pervasively Christian school. We're doing a spectacular job in so many areas. We're generating graduates who get to go to the university or college of their choice to a high degree. We're seeing them be successful. We're seeing them become pastors and doctors and lawyers and doing great things for the kingdom, and that just makes me feel really, really good.
My name is Johnny Deckers. This is my wife, Carrie Deckers, and we are both alumni and parents of 4 kids at Valley Christian School. Our oldest is Van. He's in 8th grade, and then we have Elijah in 6th, Reagan in 4th, and Peyton in 2nd. You know, I think as a parent, you realize really quickly you have no ability to save your children. You know, Jesus is the only one that saves. And so same thing, sending our kids to Christian school, my expectation isn't that Valley saves my children. That's the work only of Jesus Christ. But God's design is that He uses people. And you know, that's what our hope is for our kids, is that you know, not only us as parents or our church leadership at our church, but really teachers who care about the spiritual upbringing of our kids, that are pouring into our kids, and who care about their academics, but even so much more, their eternal souls.
Recently, I've had the opportunity to substitute at Valley Christian Schools, and being able to walk alongside as peers with the teachers that were here when we were here has been an incredible experience. It's just really given me even more of an appreciation for what they did for us and how they poured into us. And then also being able to be at my kids' campuses and be with their teachers who are pouring into them. I can see their true deep love for them and their desire for them to walk with the Lord. And it's so encouraging to me as a mom because that's what I want more than anything for my kids, is that they love Jesus.
We're reminded constantly in Scripture that love requires sacrifice. I mean, God's design is that He sent His Son to die on a cross for our sin. Like, sacrifice is built into His plan. And you know, it takes sacrifice, financial sacrifice, time sacrifice, to send our kids to Christian schools. But it's worth it. And so I just would encourage people that it is worth it to have teachers and parents and people that care about your children, that want to see them grow up in the faith and enjoy a great education, and you know, enjoy team sports and all the things that go along with it.
My name is Sky Rodriguez, and I graduated with the class of 2016. Our family was really grateful that we got to know some of the other families from Valley Christian before even going. Originally, I was going to go to a different school, and I was being pulled that way based off of their football program. But through those connections of the ones who came here before me, we were able to have those healthy conversations of, what do you want your son to look like later on in life? And going through Valley Christian with this Christian academic-based program looked a lot healthier, and I'm grateful for it by the time that I graduated, and it helping me in life. I think it's fantastic that Valley Christian is very direct with it, talking about, hey, this is how we're going to help you grow as a Christian. Here's how we're going to help you grow in life. This is how we're applying what Jesus did in these categories. And whether it had been math, and as Mr. Nelson would talk about it, or in Bible class as Tonk integrated it with other life aspects, you know, those are all just so helpful. Outside of just looking at the subject itself, you're comparing it to, with today's Christianity, what does that look like in the real world? I just know that Valley Christian's mission, along with putting that faith aspect first, is going to be the healthiest and best thing for our kids. I just want to say thank you. It's because of support like yours and those families that talk to mine to get us here at Valley Christian. Again, I was potentially going to go to a different high school, but through the teachings at Valley Christian, your guys' mission statement, the vision that you guys have, and now this huge expansion process, we're just so grateful for it. And I'm excited for my future family, along with Emery and any other kids that we have that are going to be along for the journey.
My name is Eric Lau, and my wife Lisa and I have been part of Valley Christian High School for the last 10 or 15 years. We've had 3 kids go through Valley Christian High School, Erica, Tara, and Cameron, and we got some awesome results from Valley Christian High School. The original founders of Valley Christian High School, people like Steve Yarborough, Harold Molinar, Carpenter, and then you think about Tucker, you think about Hatfield, you think about Davidson, you think about the Bradleys. These are families and people that sacrificed, and they sacrificed for their faith, first of all, and said, we need to build a school. We have to have a Christian school, a high school, that we can get our kids into. That means the world to me, because what they did is they gave me a track. They gave me a track to run on. They gave me a track that I could show up one day and all of a sudden magically appear that there's this great school that our family gets to go to. We're walking in the blessing of what they set up for us. What you do is history, but what you set in motion becomes your legacy. And what we want to do is we want to have great history. We want to be able to do things at Valley and be able to pass the different tests and the different grades. We want to do things. We want to have sporting events. We want to be able to have the fine arts events. We want to do those things, and that's just historical. We're going to graduate, have a cap and gown one day, and that's history. But what we set in motion becomes our legacy. And what we want to do at the Champions Breakfast is set it in motion. We want to set in motion that it's not for us, selfishly, we made it through and we did it. We want to set in motion that we want future generations to be able to enjoy this. Not just the hundreds of kids that are here today, but the 1,000 that will come later. That's what we want to set in motion, and I want to be part of that. I want everyone here to participate and be a part of setting that in motion, because what you do is history, but what you set in motion becomes your legacy.